别这样了，别冲动了。哎，别搞了，别搞了，别搞了，别搞了，别搞了，别搞了！别搞了，这都是你的，别。
The woman smashing the furniture with a hammer was named Lu Yan, and what she was destroying was none other than the wedding bedroom she had lovingly decorated herself. 2 days earlier, while working in Shanghai, Lu Yan suddenly received divorce papers in the mail sent by her husband, Zhao Dongyu. They had been married for years and had a daughter together. Although their marriage had lost its initial spark, there were no major conflicts between them. She couldn't understand why he wanted a sudden divorce and hadn't even had time to process it. Then came the photos, 2 of them sent by her cousin. One showed a baby, the other showed her mother-in-law in a hospital, caring for another woman. Could it be? She thought, heart racing. Was the divorce because of that woman? The mere thought that she had spent years away, working to support the family, while her husband had secretly fathered a child with someone else, and worse, that her mother-in-law was helping this woman during her postpartum recovery filled Lu Yan with rage. She took the first bus home, determined to get answers. When she showed up unexpectedly, her mother-in-law became visibly uncomfortable, avoiding eye contact. Lu Yan confronted her immediately, her voice shaking with fury. Who is the woman in that photo? Is that baby really Dongyu's child? Caught off guard, the mother-in-law quickly denied it, trying to play it off. I only helped her at the hospital because I felt sorry for her, that's all, she said, glancing away. But no one believed it. It's normal to care for a daughter or daughter-in-law after childbirth. But caring for a complete stranger, with no strings attached? That was hard to believe. A neighbor, trying to make sense of the chaos, asked curiously. Was it because the daughter-in-law didn't take care of the house properly? Is that why this all happened? Another relative chimed in, appalled. 2 daughters-in-law? That's not possible. That's not legal, that makes no sense, he said, shaking his head. Trying to keep the peace, the father-in-law forced a weak smile and said, You're still welcome here, if you want to come back. But Lu Yan couldn't hold back, her voice rising. How can you say that when you've all been hiding this from me? And what about that baby, are you accepting him or not? Pushed to the edge, her mother-in-law snapped, shouting angrily. If you want to act like this, then go live with the old man. If not, why are you questioning me? I cared for her every single day. Do you even realize that? She yelled, no longer trying to hide the truth. Under continued pressure, the mother-in-law finally broke down and confessed, lowering her head. The baby. He is my grandson. She explained through tears that she hadn't known anything beforehand. Her son had brought the girl home already pregnant and about to give birth. As wrong and immoral as it was, she couldn't turn her back on her own grandson. The confession confirmed everything Lu Yan had feared. What hurt most was realizing the entire family knew and had chosen to deceive her. Even after the baby was born, they kept it hidden. Trying to smooth things over, her mother-in-law forced a smile and said, If you're willing to come back, you're still part of this family. But instead of comfort, those words humiliated Lu Yan even more. Furious, she went upstairs to the marital bedroom only to discover that all of their wedding photos had disappeared. She stared at the walls, numb. There used to be a photo right here in the middle. Look, the nails are still in the wall, she muttered. Not only the photos, all of her clothes, makeup, and personal belongings were gone. Every trace of her had been erased. Confused, she asked her mother in disbelief. Why? Did we even fight? Her mother responded with a bitter tone. He wants to appear single to that new girl, like he's never been married, no kids. He's trying to trick her and then divorce you. Only then did Lu Yan realize everything had been premeditated, the erasing of her presence, pretending to be single to lure another woman, and then finding an excuse to leave her. Enraged, she began destroying everything in the room, the television, mirrors, tables, smashing them to pieces, but even that didn't ease the pain. Her mother, desperate to stop her, cried out, Stop it, that's enough, please. All of this is yours. don't do something you'll regret. But the heartbreak of years of sacrifice exchanged for betrayal couldn't be undone. Overwhelmed with grief, Lu Yan's mother also grabbed the hammer and began smashing everything around her. Lu Yan's father threw the furniture out the window and then set it on fire in the courtyard. Watching the destruction, Lu Yan couldn't help but think of her past with her husband. Their marriage had been arranged, but they'd grown up together. They were childhood friends. Despite occasional arguments, their relationship had been stable. They had chosen to work in different cities to build a better future for their daughter, which led to long separations. She never imagined he would cheat. In the heat of the moment, her father shouted, throwing furniture into the flames. "Burn it all. Why keep any of this?" Then he answered his own question, bitterly. These memories mean nothing now. They've already started new lives. The flames didn't just consume the furniture, they consumed the last flicker of hope in Lu Yan's heart. This broken marriage soon spiraled into a full-on family feud. When Zhao Dongyu's father saw the house he'd worked so hard to build being torn apart, he rushed back home, dropped to his knees, and begged Lu Yan's parents, "Please, don't destroy everything." But he was met with cold glares. To them, he was just another accomplice. What infuriated everyone the most was that Zhao Dongyu, the man at the center of it all, never showed his face. He let his elderly parents deal with the aftermath, showing no sense of responsibility. Later, reporters managed to reach him. When told that his wife had destroyed the house, Zhao snapped over the phone. "This is criminal behavior. How could they do this to me?" But when asked to come handle it in person, he quickly dodged the request, brushing it off. "My parents will take care of everything. I trust them." The next day, Lu Yan went back to her in-laws' house looking for answers, but no one was home. She found out they were all at the hospital. She rushed there and saw her mother-in-law caring for the other woman, who was still recovering from childbirth, cradling her newborn baby. The moment Lu Yan saw the scene, her rage reignited. She lunged forward, and the terrified woman screamed, "Why are you hitting me? Why? I'm still here, I'm still here, I'm still here." The situation spiraled out of control. Reporters rushed in to calm things down. Eventually, the other woman agreed to tell her side of the story. Lu Yan sat down, tears in her eyes. One reporter asked directly, "Did he tell you he was married? That he hadn't divorced? He has a family, a 5-year-old child, and yet he still got involved with you?" Trembling, the woman replied softly, "At first, he said he just wanted a girlfriend. He never told me he was married. When I visited his home, I didn't see any sign of a wife. All the photos were gone. It really looked like he lived alone. I only found out after giving birth it was all a lie," confessed Sunday Yufan, still in shock. Her name was Sunday Yufan. She had come from a rural village to work in the city, where she met Zhao Dongyu. In a strange city, he offered her warmth and care. Naturally, they got together. She had even visited his home, saw no signs of a marriage, and believed he was single. That's why she had his child. She never imagined she was being used. Upon learning that Sunday Yufan had also been deceived, Lu Yan no longer blamed her. But the true culprit, Zhao Dongyu, still hadn't appeared. The next day, reporters received alarming news. Lu Yan had tried to take her own life. When they arrived at her home, they found her mother sobbing uncontrollably, holding a bottle of poison, protecting her daughter. "I won't let my daughter face this alone," she cried, desperate. Lu Yan had nearly drunk the poison to end her life. Luckily, her mother had stayed close and prevented the tragedy. Through tears, her mother mourned. 6 years of her youth, wasted on the wrong man. Lu Yan, her face wet with tears, whispered, "Why did all my sacrifices lead to betrayal?" Days later, reporters finally tracked down Zhao Dongyu. When asked why he had betrayed his family, he played the victim, blaming Lu Yan. With arrogance, he said, "A woman should act like a woman, right? You can't just look like a woman on the outside and be a man on the inside. She's always so wild, gambling, drinking, going to bars, that's her idea of fun. I just wanted a girlfriend, that's all. Then she got pregnant. It was an accident." He admitted the betrayal but claimed he now wanted to return to his family. He apologized to Lu Yan, hoping she'd take him back. But she refused, her voice cold. What you did is unforgivable. The truth was, Zhao only wanted forgiveness because Sunday Yufan was demanding compensation and he was broke. He raised his voice, frustrated. I can't meet everyone's demands. I don't know how to fix all this. What do you want me to do? In the end, Lu Yan made her decision. She filed a lawsuit against Zhao Dongyu for bigamy, choosing to defend her dignity through the law. A moment of selfishness and impulsiveness can destroy years of trust and leave wounds that never heal. In the face of temptation, we must protect the integrity of our families and never let betrayal become the match that burns a home to the ground. At the end of the day, what this story really reveals is just a reversal of roles that hardly anyone talks about. Usually, when we hear about this kind of family drama, it's the man who works hard to support the household, while the woman ends up cheating or looking for someone new, often when the husband can no longer provide security or stability. But here, the situation flipped. It was the woman who held everything together, who chased after a better life, while the husband lost his role as the provider, became dead weight, and in the end, decided to find meaning in a new relationship. The dilemma, deep down, is the same. When one partner stops being useful or adding value, the relationship enters dangerous territory. Whether it's the man or the woman, the moment someone loses that central role financially, emotionally, or even socially, the other side naturally starts to question what they're still gaining from staying. And this isn't about justifying cheating or excusing anyone's actions, it's about facing what really holds most relationships together. In a man's case, when he loses the ability to provide, what's left for the woman to stay for? Companionship, maybe, but in many modern homes, even that isn't enough to hold things together. Sure, true love still exists, but it's the exception, not the rule. And anyone who thinks otherwise is probably ignoring how much interest and usefulness still weigh heavily on relationship decisions. Lu Yan's story makes this truth even more obvious. Most relationships last only as long as there's mutual benefit and reciprocity. When one person stops offering anything, whether it's money, affection, or presence, the other begins to search outside for what they're no longer getting at home. The script is the same, only the main character changes. And what about you? Have you seen this same story unfold, but with the roles reversed? Do you think personal interest is still the glue that holds relationships together, or do you believe love can truly withstand anything? Share your opinion in the comments. I want to hear your thoughts on this dilemma. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more stories like this, and I'll see you in the next one.